Hello and welcome to the Iraqi Football Podcast. Today we have a very special guest, the former manager of the Iraqi national team and former assistant coach under Dick Advocat. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. There's so much to discuss today. I'm going to start with a very simple question for you, Coach. How would you summarize your time with the Iraqi national team?
I am very proud, firstly, to be assistant coach, and after that, to be head coach of big country, big football country. And until today, I still proud. I love Iraq. I love people there. I promote Iraq in everywhere. I fight in Europe against everybody. If they say some bad words about Iraq, about in democracy is very difficult. In the countries, they always say it's not democracy there, not this, not that, dangerous, not dangerous. I feel unbelievable in Iraq. I am walking every day in the center of Baghdad, in all shopping center. I walk I go to the all restaurants and everything. I never meet one person who say against me one bad word. Everybody in the restaurant, when I come, sometimes you don't know that they have music or something like that, and they start to singing, and then some of them say, "Welcome, coach, to the restaurants," and the people from federation call, it's maybe not safely for me. It's safely. I love Baghdad. I love people there, and I enjoy every day in Iraq.
That's really good to hear. Before you came to the Iraqi national team, what did you know about Iraq? What did you know about Iraqi football?
Yeah, but you have to. Also, in Arab people are different. You Arab people in Emirates or Arab people in Qatar or in Saudis, different than Iraqi people. For me, it's very important. For me, it's most important, to see if somebody is good man or not good man, good person or not good person. Doesn't matter for me, Muslim, Catholic, Sunni, Shia. I grow up in my country here with all nationality. I am in Holland 31 years. Just meet the people. You learn every day from other people, from other culture. Iraq is unbelievable country with huge history. Only if you say Babylon is enough, nothing more, only Babylon, We are reading and writing now because of Babylon. But many people don't understand that. I see there are also maybe not good things like maybe in London or Paris, but if the people normal thinking, they have to understand that how many times they bombing Iraq, how many times is the war in Iraq, how many people are killing in Iraq from old. I don't want to say and don't about which country, but they need the time. They need the time. This is the most important for the people there. You see, it's getting better and better. They need the time.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about what's happened very recently. Then we'll go back to the beginning and we'll kind of discuss it.
Yeah.
You saw the game this week, the last two qualifiers against UAE and Syria?
Yes.
What did you think?
I was very happy against Emirates because I feel if I am on the bench, because I am not somebody, if I am not there, I hope that they lose. I was very happy for the players, for the people in federation, maybe not for all people in federation, but for 98%. I was very happy for the staff, for everyone there, because they call me every week, people, from the staff. And I was really very happy. And you hope for the second game, you need a little bit luck that maybe Emirates don't win or lose, but you need to win the game. They play draw, and maybe it's that big disappointment, for Iraq, because they expect to win the game. But it's not so easy how Iraqi people think. You know, it's very important to understand that you ask me what you know something about Arab people. I don't know. I work in Emirates and now in Iraq. In Iraq, they don't like to hear the truth about situation, about team, about quality, about they don't like that, you know.
Okay,
because
so I want you to use this as a platform. Say whatever you want to explain to the Iraqi fans. What's the truth? How do you see Iraqi football? What problems do you face?
Listen, firstly, I don't want to say any bad words or negative something about Iraq, you know. People, journalists translate their very strange, you know. They don't just translate, but they write because they have maybe favorite coach in one club, and they want to put them in the national team. They get more information, influence, and everything, you know. But me and Adnan was impossible to get any information, you know, about who is coming, selection, and everything, and they don't like that. They call every day. I never answer because I work for football team, for national team. What is the problem?
Sorry, I just want to clarify this for the fans listening. So are you saying that when you were trying to gain access to information about certain players, about their availability, their fitness, the clubs were actually making it difficult for you to get through to them, to talk to them, etc.?
No, but listen, I understand coaches and clubs, because coach in the club, he worked for his club and for himself, you know. He needs to fit to be that player will be with the club to make exercise every day. When you ask, for example, 2 weeks to make the camp with all international players, it's impossible in Iraq. You know, all countries, Oman, Qatar, Emirates, Bahrain, Syria, they make camps, for example, before the Arab Cup, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you know. We have 3 days. But this is not my biggest problem. Biggest problem is that when I become to be head coach, when I to become head coach of national team, I spoke with federation. I make total analysis about team, about individual players, and about what gonna happen in the future if we start to doing like this.
Okay. Can you please talk us through your analysis? What did you find? What did you come to conclude?
Yeah, I cannot say now open everything what I find, because
whatever you can say, whatever you feel comfortable.
I always say many players are injured. I don't say true because they know what is the truth. When you fly, you know, I want to say when you fly, in many times when we fly with players and then we come to the other country, they say 2-3 players back to the Iraq, you know, and about some problems. I don't know how.
Administrative admin problems.
Yeah.
Like passport problems.
Yeah. Yes. And
sorry, can I just ask, Captain? Was this ever explained to you, Coach, as to why this is happening? Because I mean, I have my suspicions as to why this is.
No, listen. When I start to be head coach, I spoke with Adnan many times, and I tell him exactly like this what I tell you now.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. Adnan, or minister. I call him minister. Now I call him Adnan, and that time I call him president because listen. You have everything. Good family. You have everything what you want. You live in Qatar. You are now in Iraq. Nobody can buy you for $100, $200 to do something for $500,000 because you have everything. You don't need that. I don't need. I want to stay here 1 year and 1.5 years, and after that, after Asia Cup, what my dream was to put one young Iraqi coach to continue. He say, okay, explain me what you want. I tell him, I check everything, ages, everything, you know, but everything I check, everything I check. I think it's impossible to qualify for the World Cup I tell you honest, because I like people here and I like you. I can come here with a story. We 100% qualified. You know, just this is not serious. I tell you exactly what I think. Better to put many young players to make experience. You know, if you play in Bundesliga, is after one tournament, is you experiences. You make experience very quickly, you know, because you play high level, and tournament is also high level. But when you play in the Iraqi league, you need little bit more time to feel what is the difference between strong, good, very good, you know, because league is very quick. And I watch 5-6 months, all teams, competition, every game, especially go to the small clubs and the big clubs, you know, the players, but in the big clubs are also big problems with the old players, you know, you never know what. Better clean. Adnan, start to clean. Clean passports, everything. It's impossible. We start to make young team. We go to the Arab Cup. We play Oman. We are much better than Oman. We play Bahrain, winner from Arab Cup. We are much better. You play 2 draw games. You play Qatar, 82 minutes. You kill them. You have to win 2-3-0. Last 7-8 minutes, because we hear from the bench, Oman is the leading, and you put 1 or 2 strikers extra, you know, because you need to win the game. The structure in the team is directly, you know, different than before, and they score 2-3 goals. Yeah. But for me, is that not problem? I was busy to make 14-15 good players for the next 5, 6, 7 years, that they will be for the next qualification for the World Cup, you know, that Iraq will be strong. Why? Because if you think, now we don't play in Iraq 9 years. I hope, and that's the biggest problem with Iraqi football, home games. And I say to Adnan, we use this time and young players, and in the next 1, 2, or 3 years, they have to decide if you play in Iraq home game or if you don't play. He say, exactly, we do it like this. And in 1.5, 2 years, they bring football back to the Iraq, and you have generation for that qualification. Because if you play Korea, draw, you need home game against Iran, not in Qatar. When you play Emirates 2-2, you need next game home in Baghdad or in Basra or Najaf, doesn't matter, with 50,000-60,000 people to win the game. And then you have possibility to qualify for the World Cup. If I am honest, Iran, Korea, they are like Manchester City comparing with other teams. Emirates also, Oman, good team, Syria, good team. And you need to play home. This is the biggest problem. We go to Arab Cup, after Arab Cup, many young players, fantastic performance. Munaf, offers from Qatar. Hussein Kokir, my son, offer from Qatar. Hassan Raid, fantastic. Now I forget the names. Many young players were good, and this is only possibility to bring Iraq on the highest level, is to give the chance and possibility to young players to feel Gulf Cup, how is under pressure, and Asia Cup in China next year, 23. That was my strategy. I make the program for the next 2-3 years for federation, for the short term and for the long term. What we have to do now to make selection young, with the 2, 3, 4 guys with 27, 28, 29, 30 years old. Because after 3 years, when they start, or 2 years, new qualification for the World Cup, players who are now 33, 34, 35, they will be 37, 38. You don't need them later. Better give now young players chance to be better after 2 years. Was everything perfect? I was all the time in Iraq. I watch all clubs. I make selection for example, 15, 16, 17, plus 4 or 5 experienced players, and a second team possibility international players. If something happened, we have somebody from Talaba, from this, you know. And when we play friendly games, you advise these players just to check if they are really good. Yeah. Also, I ask many times, can we do it camp 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you know, then you know players better, you are close to the players. That was not possible because clubs doesn't work. I don't know, maybe of me, or I don't know, because I see now Iraqi coach, they accept that. But when I was there, they didn't accept that to give the players for the camp. But with all these problems, and there are much more problems. You don't have academies. You don't have competition under 21, under 18, under 16, under 14. Adnan is busy now to make all this competition, busy to make academies, but all these things need a time. It's very difficult to explain to the people, you know. I was thinking only what is the better for it. I was never thinking about myself. When I was there, I can play safely, take all players, you know, make enjoy fun, you know, joke. Okay, we are good, inshallah, you know, inshallah. That's the biggest word in Arab people, inshallah, you know, because when you say inshallah, you know, you defend yourself, you know. Yeah. If you say, for example, I don't know, can we do this? Inshallah, yeah. If they say inshallah, it's no. Yeah, it's the no. It's not yes. It's the no. Yeah. And I learned that also, and I spoke with some old players, and I explained to them, I make a choice with the young players because for the future of Iraqi football, not for myself. I am here one and a half year, and I left. And that for Iraqi football is the best to start now, because I analyzed all competition, all players, everything in Iraq, put on the paper, I give to the federation. This is only the way to escape from this. You have to invest in the young. And yeah, we go to what's happened, first of all to Iran, 8 corona, then to Lebanon, +4. But I feel it's not about results. It's not about my work. It's not about my, you know, person like this. Because if it's like that, they never respect me. They never call me. Yeah, I have contact with federation, with players, with the coaches, with everyone. You know, maybe have to be like this. And this is how to say to don't you know, to don't kill somebody. I think it's not good way. It's better to say like that. For Iraqi football is the best, young. You need to clean the team 2 or 3 times to find best players. You understand?
I understand, coach, but I have some questions for you. So
yes,
I agree with everything you said, basically. I want to go back to the beginning. Now, when you guys started, you and the advocate, you had a camp in Spain and Turkey, yeah?
Yes.
You were given a list of players that I'm sure a lot of them didn't meet your expectations when you first got there and you saw them playing.
Yeah.
What were you thinking when you turned up for those first few training sessions?
No, but it's very simple. We start the camp.
Yeah. We
get it maybe 24, 25, 26 players, you know, from former coach, you know. Then you have to one camp, you see the quality, you say, they are good, they are not good. Then
so who stood out for you? Who stood out as like good players?
No, I don't. We have a lot of good players in Iraq.
Yeah. Can you tell me some that you think are like?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of good players. Now you have to, if the people call me about midfield, about this, I always say, check this from Iraq, because they need to go out of Iraq, because league is very big. And when we see the first camp, in beginning, you think, oh, very difficult. After 2, 3, 4, 5 days, you see, oh, better and better, because you need totally different strategy and different trainings than in Europe.
Yeah.
Not too many times small space, no, make bigger, because they don't train like this, 4 against 4 in the small space. Pitches are in Iraq difficult. Then you go to Spain, you have better picture. Yes. After that, I go to Iraq to watch other games. This is why we bring, for example, Abud, then many other players. We change little bit, change. You see, Kasim, he don't play now, but in my time he was right winger, very, very good. You bring slowly by slowly, 2 players, 3 players, change, and you need the time to do that. After that, what I tell you, biggest problem is that you don't play home games. That's the biggest problem for Iraq. Biggest. We play, for example, Korea away, draw, is the good results, but you need the home game to beat Iran, and then up, you are in the lift, you go. Yeah. And this is the biggest problem. You play in Qatar, big pitch, 200 people, we don't feel like that we play home. Yeah. That is big difference. And all this time, advocates decide to stop, because he say, I don't want to take salary from Iraq, because I feel it's difficult to qualify. I want to be honest and tell them, better to use the money for academy or something like that. And normally,
do you agree with what he did? Do you agree with him walking away?
Yeah, but it's always, he was honest, but maybe from other people, it's not honest. He tell me exactly like this: Petro, I can stay here, take salary, but I think they can use money better for other things. In my opinion, it's impossible to qualify after so many games. And normally,
he only played 6 games, though. We had 10 games. Don't you think it was a bit too premature? We had the Arab Cup coming through.
Yes. But he was not for Arab Cup. He was only for qualification. But you feel and you see. I know that, and he knows. Korea, Iran is very serious football country. Not football. They have serious team. Yeah. Iraq is also serious football country, because they love football and everything. But it's not.
There's a big difference we need to be realistic. There's a big difference in quality.
No, but they are not realistic in Iraq. They are not realistic.
I know, but this is why I bring you on my show, because I like to think I have a different.
Not realistic. They think it's only coach can qualify. No, all coaches, they need support and they need facility. They need everything. I hope for Iraq, really, like if it's my country, that every World Cup that they will be in the World Cup. I hope.
Just to clarify, by the way, sorry, when you say they are not realistic, are you referring to fans? Are you referring to the media or the FA or who?
No, the advocate decide this, and then he say, if they want you, I think it's the best for them that you continue, because you are not afraid to be in Iraq. You like these people. You like the players, you like the country. He also, but he is afraid to be in Iraq because of Corona. If he get Corona, have to be in quarantine in Korea, in Emirates, 14 days, and he's 73 years old. He's really scared about that. And I don't push myself there, but Adnan say, yeah, we like if you stay, and the players, everything. And I start then a little bit different than vet advocate, because I was assistant and now I'm head coach, to change some players. But my philosophy was really very open to federation. I don't promise nothing. We need to do this for the future of Iraqi football. It's only way. If you bring all the time, all players, it's very difficult. Young players need time and experience.
But coach, I ask you a question now. I ask you a difficult question.
Yeah.
How do you build a team for the future when you talk about young players, when you don't even know their real ages? You know, a lot of these players, they have fake ages. It's very difficult.
No. All players what we bring, they don't have fake age. We check everything. All players, new players, we double, triple check with police, with ID, with passport, with families, everything double, triple check. If it's not double, triple check, not coming.
Okay.
Not coming, because we decided we have to, I forget now name, Jabbar, right winger, then Munaf, Abud, Hassan Wright, Hassan Kokir, Ahmed Farhan, Allah Abbas, you know, all these players, Ali Hamadi. Listen, when I was coach, I bring Ali Hamadi to Iraq. All coaches, they say, if I am coach Ali Hamadi, 100% new Yunus, Ali Hamadi play in Vicom, 0 minutes, 0 games. Vicom, third level. Now go to the other club.
Yeah. Bromley.
I don't want to say here something to blame Ali Hamadi, but if you striker is play for Vicom and don't play games, and you want to go to the World Cup, don't match together this way, Habibi. Don't match. You know. Do you understand what I mean?
I understand what you're saying, coach.
But I bring him back without 0 minutes to play again to stimulate, because I know he's young, potentially. And young, he needed Zidane. I bring Zidane to Iraq national team.
Yeah.
I bring Zidane, Jazz, Franz Putros, many players, you know, many players, just thinking what is the best for Iraq, not for me. And
okay,
now,
Coach, can I ask you something about this? Because you've mentioned now something I wanted to discuss with you actually, which is the whole situation with the expats, right? You guys, you and Advocate, you were the first coaches to ever bring in 6 different expats. So for example, there was one camp, you had Rabin Sulaqa, Mohanda Jaaz, Amir Al-Amari, Jilwan, Franz Butros, and Ali Hamadi all together in the same squad.
Yes.
There were plenty of other players. Did you feel like there was a division in the camp between expats and local players? Do you feel
No.
Do you feel that there was people telling you, no, don't bring the expats?
No, never.
So how comes we didn't see the likes of, for example, Yasser Qasim come earlier? We didn't see the likes of Osama Rashid. Jilwan didn't get any minutes. There were problems with Justin Miram. Like, how comes we didn't see?
But it's not problem. It's not problem. Believe me. I was very correct with Justin Miram. Very correct. It's not
there were some
about
issues. What happened?
Nothing happened. You think that other players are better. Mohamed Qasim is better as the winger. Baish is better as the winger. And then you have Kokir, young player. Other side, you have Bashar left, Ahmed Farhan left. This is nothing about Justin. You know, why he don't play now?
I mean, I have my own opinions in terms of I think Justin's a significantly better player than Ibrahim Baish, for example. But this is I understand this is the coach's decision.
Yes, but you have to understand. Jabbar is 22, 23 years, and Justin is 35, 36 years.
He's 34. I understand what you're saying, but
34. This is only I don't have serious nothing against any player there, because believe me, you have to, in Iraq 90% better players than outside of Iraq.
Okay, let's give you a name. Osama Rashid. Osama Rashid played at the highest level, probably out of all the Iraqi players, numerous years, captain of Santa Clara in Portugal. Okay?
Yes.
He went to Khurfa Khan in the UAE, and now he's playing back in Portugal.
I know Osama Rashid from Holland, of course.
Yes, how comes a player like him with this reputation, very quality?
Listen, there's always like this. When you bring Rashid, why don't play Amjad? Why don't play Saad? Why don't play Abud? Why don't play Emir Amari? it's not so many positions there. You know, you have to make choice between this or this and this. You cannot advise 6 holding midfield players. You understand? You have system
I
4-2-3-1.
Is for example, we talk about, for example, Justin Miram coming and he's 34. Saad Abdel Amir is also very old. So I see like maybe Osama Rashid should have been starting maybe ahead of Saad Abdel Amir. What do you think?
Yes, of course. But Obud, very good player.
Yeah, I agree. Very good player.
Very good player. Amjad was captain. Yes. Amir Amari was very also good. Very good player. Then what we have Saba left foot in beginning from Samara, from Russian.
Oh, Safa Hadi.
Safa, you know. Then you have 4. It's very difficult, you know, to bring more.
Yeah, but Safa Hadi, I think he's a good player, but he's not played properly in about 2-3 years.
Yes, I know, but when we watch who play and don't play, of course we watch all these players. What you say, all. I watch every game. So, it's not about person. It's about really we make the choice about quality. What is the important? Because it's not easy for me to say to Ahmed Ibrahim, you don't go to the Arab Cup. More than 100 caps, gentleman, par excellence person, professional, everything highest level. I tell him, I need, you know, for the future, I have to put Munaf, I have to put Solaka, don't come. Yeah. Don't come. It's okay. Corona or like this, you know, he stopped. We always call Solaka. Ali Faiz, yeah? Then you have Ahmed Ibrahim. Then you have Saad. Then what you want? All from.
So we talk about young players. Let me throw some names over to you. Tell me what you know about these guys. Amin Adkhel. Have you heard of this guy?
Playing in Belgium? Of course, standard.
Yeah. Have you guys like reached out to the likes of Peter Guargis, Amin Sher?
Listen, I don't want to say about names. Just want to tell you this.
Yes.
All young players in Europe, I call players, directors, and coaches. All.
Yeah.
When I say all, you understand it's all.
I appreciate this, yes.
Some of them don't want to come to play to Iraq because they are waiting to play in country where they play now.
Okay.
That you know on that.
Yeah,
I never say.
So for example,
I never say that.
Hussein Ali in Aribro.
I don't name. I don't want to because I don't want to kill the players. You know, they are young. They have to wait. They don't feel safely in Iraq. They say, one want to play under 21. There, Sweden, Belgium, I don't know, in all this country, you know, I think last 2 months we call 100 times. I call father of Zidane, they accept. Some other players, many of them didn't accept. They say, we want to wait because maybe we have possibility to play for this country. When you say that to me, I never more advise you, never. Because if I'm Iraqi and I only play for Iraq, I don't play for other shit countries. You understand? But they're born there. They have totally different feeling. And I understand that. This is why I never say this player don't want to come. I accept critique about me, but I never want to kill the young player from 20 years to say, I call him and he don't want to come to play because I know how it's to be. Foreigner there, foreigner here, you know, it's totally different. All players, when they accept, you know, player from I want to advise if I was coach from England now, young center back from Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Yes, we watch them. Then one from Birmingham. I forget names now because
player in Birmingham, or do you mean Queen's Park Rangers? The midfielder.
Queen's Park Rangers.
Alexander Oraha.
Yes. Then I call right back from Sweden, 21 years. I say, I promise you. Yes, yeah. Father, agent. I don't know. Then 2 from Australia. Then from Italy.
From Australia, Mo Al-Tai was one of them, yes? Mohammed Al-Tai?
From Spezia or
From Spezia is Aymar Shab.
yeah, very good player, very good player.
Yeah.
All players I call, all players, agent, coaches, director, everything. What you think, which level, you know, to don't kill the player, you know, to don't kill the player, to make him better for future. And then happened what happened. I am very happy. I don't know how to say, to tell you my feeling when I was in Iraq. Really happy person with all these problems, because I was thinking people understand that we want to change and they accept this. I tell all these people in Federation, let's do it like this. Everything put on my name. They want to criticize me. They want to kill me. Everything you say, coach, 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 you know, I don't read. And but this is the way, believe me, after 1 year, you will see what's happened here. Will explode.
Coach, you had a very clear strategy by the sound of things. I, as a fan, I'm watching a lot of old players being removed, new players being brought in. It gave me hope for the future. Maybe the results were not what we wanted, but I saw under you, under Advocate, somewhat progressive football. The players started to pass the ball properly. They started to try to play football the correct way. Why did you leave? You had a strategy. You had an idea of what you want. Why did you leave?
That's not question for me. That's question for other people. I don't want to leave. I like to stay there all my life. No problem for me, because I feel in Iraqi people like people from my country. Yeah. You know, I feel that is the similar, is the same, and special after the so many problems last 20, 30 years. You know, I like more to qualify with Iraq for the World Cup than to win the Champions League with Manchester City. That's for me was the much more bigger, you know, to make people happy there. When you play home game against Uganda and you see how many people coming, watching, and if you see on the street, you know, people, I was always thinking, please, 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 one success, only one success to make these people happy. And happened what happened, no problem. They are correct until last day with me, and I accept. I don't want to speak with nobody, only with Adnan. I was waiting 2 weeks in Baghdad that he come back from the meetings, and we're still in the correct way and everything. And believe me, I always say maybe some strange things. I cannot say I feel Iraqi, but I really love these people.
You feel a connection.
I feel really connection, and I hope. But what I say in beginning, people don't like to hear through. Also, coaches, many coaches, not educate. Is the Facebook and Instagram coaches, and also journalists. They kill you. People in Asia, in Arab countries, they are reading Facebook and Instagram, and they make decision from Facebook and Instagram. How many people from 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years, 20 years old are on Facebook and Instagram? Do you make decision about opinion of these people? Please don't do that. Don't do that. You kill Iraq. You kill yourself. You kill yourself.
Do you feel that the players, a lot of pressure comes on them from the media, and this affects them?
But I don't want to tell you how many players say, I don't want to play, don't call me anymore, because I don't feel good when we come back to Iraq. 100%.
Don't you think that this is not a good way to respond for a professional footballer, though? Like, if you look at the top players playing for Manchester United, Arsenal, City, Real Madrid, they all face similar pressure, no? Why does the Iraqi player mentally seem very weak to be pressured by this?
No, but it's very difficult to listen. In Iraq was maybe until, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years ago, was not like now, you know, everything open. Now it's too much open, you know, it's from 0 to 100. you know. And in that countries like England, Holland, this is the slowly by slowly, 100 years, you know, slowly by slowly.
So what you're saying is that the people haven't been able to adapt to the new social media.
Yes,
the
they
freedom of
need
the
to
press.
adapt. They need to adapt. I say also, I spoke with the players, you know, before that you come to the national team, I make the statement, respect Iraq, respect national flag, respect Iraqi song, respect everything list, you know. If you agreed, you signed, you stay. If you don't agree, go. I tell them also many times.
Sorry, one quick question. Why didn't you guys bring like a kind of counselor for the team or a psychology specialist or someone to come and speak to the players, put their mind at rest? All the big clubs now have this, like a sports counselor.
I understand you. I was coaching big countries in England 2 times, Germany, Portugal, Russia, Holland. I never used this in all my life. I was 20 years professional. It's not problem like this. I tell to the players also, don't do Facebook and Instagram every day, because when you are like this every day pictures, you have to expect that the people also react about that, you know. If you lose the game, they say, oh, you see, they go there, you know. You have to expect that. You have to be very strong.
Do you feel this was a problem? I think, personally, I tell you my opinion, you can tell me what you think. I personally think one of the problems with Iraqi football is that the fans love football so much that these players, they go on social media and they become celebrities, always posting pictures from training, doing thumbs up and this.
100%.
Yes,
100%.
I feel it's too much. You agree with
this? This is like this, 100%. 100%. If I see the matches there and how people react if your team lose, for example, police or other you know, the other clubs, big clubs, is unbelievable. This is not normal. This is the sport. Lose, win, or draw, you know, is the sport. But people, because social media, and also, I don't want to say everything about that they are all bad journalists. It's not like this, but many of them are not educated. You know, you need university to be good, become good journalists. You understand? And they are also playing with this. They put favorites names, favorite coaches, pushing, and after sometimes, you know, people think it's like this. I never give some interviews, but I see my name, you know, Petrovic say this, Petrovic say this. I say, what is this? You know, and that this is also a big problem. But in the other side, there are a lot of good players. They need strategy, they need time, and they need facility. It's not facility in Iraq. Now I'm very happy they start to build stadiums and everything. But if you see training speeches, I go towards the trainings. Really, this is 100 years ago. It's not possible.
So this is another question I've been meaning to ask you, but now is a good time to ask it. For me, as a fan, as a journalist, I'm watching these games, and the two things that really stood out to me in terms of what we are missing: the fitness of the players and the tactical aspect of their game. Technically, I think they're good touch. You watch players like Bashar, very good touch. Safar, good touch. They know how to control the ball, etc. In terms of tactics, how to move, how to play the pass, etc.
No, listen, it's very simple. I say that very open. In Iraq, from Iraqi league to play 2 games in 1 week, in highest level, it's impossible for them.
Forget 2 games. Do you think the average Iraqi player from the league can last 90 minutes without performance dropping?
Not in the highest league.
So you feel these players, when you take them to the World Cup qualifiers, you only get 60, 50 minutes?
First game, they can do it because they have good character. But second game is finished.
But surely, coach, at this point, you have to look at some of the players that come from Europe. Even if you think they're not better, surely just their fitness levels is going to be much better. These guys, they come ready. They come from a higher standard of fitness. You bring in, for example, Amir Al-Amari. He plays 2 games a week. every week. For example, Justin Miram, Jilwan Hamad didn't even play 1 minute. Jilwan.
Yes, but Justin Miram, everybody come to Justin Miram, you know, he play in MLS. He don't play in Manchester United or Manchester City. I don't understand why all of you push this.
I bring Rand. Okay, forget Justin. Jilwan.
But what you think about Yasser from Sweden?
Which Yasser?
Yeah,
Yasser
winger.
Qasim?
Yeah.
Yasser Qasim, I think, is a very good player. The one that was playing in Erbil, yeah, and Zeljko.
No.
Ahmed Yassin.
Yassin.
Ahmed Yassin. I think Ahmed Yassin is a very good player, but he was out injured for a long time.
Yeah, but there are many players like that out for a long time, and the people don't. They watch and they read Facebook and Instagram. They say, why not this? Why don't they? Don't understand that these players don't play in his competition. You know, there are many players. There are many players who play in his team in a 3-5-2, 3-4-3, 5-3-2, and it's not position in our team. We watch. We decide to bring some young players, but not all from outside. I don't want to tell you now why, because better to say we think it's better players play in Iraq than from outside. And it's not like this that the people thinking all players who play out of Iraq are better than Iraqi players. Not true.
I agree with this. I think it's very important that Iraq develop the local league so we have more control over the talent that comes through. 100%. But
my friend, Korea, Japan, Emirates, Qatar, Saudi invested 20 years, 30 years, lot of milliards in football. It's not so easy to compare with them. Yes, one game, but in the all the time that you go to the World Cup, you know, people say we don't go to the World Cup. Iraq goes only one time in the World Cup.
Yeah.
You know, and they have to think why. They have to think how we have to change this. You know, not only inshallah, and nothing happens. If they continue like this, nothing happened in the next years and years.
So do you have faith in the current FA to do the right thing?
No, Adnan is now busy with the right thing.
Yeah.
But you have also many people who are against them, you know, they want to bring his candidate and they want to change maybe, and again change, and again change, and again change. And what's happened? Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. This is the problem. Give the time to the people. Give them time to make selection, to find the best system. Not one time 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, 5-3-2, 3-5-2. They are not educated to change all the time the system, you know. They are soldiers. They say, yes, we can do it. No problem. No problem, coach. No problem, coach. But it's not true. You know.
Coach, my final question for you. What do you have to say to the Iraqi fans? One final message.
No, I don't want to Arabic, but I love that the football is there, that the World Cup is there, because they deserve also not only rich Europe country or rich countries. My dream is that that Iraqi national team play home games. I called Turkish Airlines. I reserved the tickets because I was thinking Iraq play home against Emirates to watch. Yeah. And yeah, you see what's happened. This is the next step what they need. And I wish all the best for them. You know, if they need me anytime in anything to watch the player, to make reports, to come back, I am always ready to help Iraq. Always. Always.
Thank you so much for your time, Coach. I really appreciate everything and for your honest opinions and your honest analysis.
Habibi, ciao, bye-bye.
Take care, Coach. Assalamu alaikum.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, Coach, I paused this.